Hi John, I'm going to do this on a Mac because it's easier. I'll try and do it before I go to work. So with the data flashing cable, I'm not sure what wire colours you use, but I used red for positive and the rest just across red, ground, black for ground. The two data ones green and yellow. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is the orientation of the plug in the board. So if you look at the board, it's got a square hole down one end. The end closest to two of the motor connections, and that's the 3.3 volt. So you want to plug whatever your 3.3 volt connection on the cable is into that one. So basically it's on the left hand end of that row of 8 pin pads. So I plug that in there. I won't connect it up for the time being. So I've downloaded the zip file I sent you of the Alienware brush sketch. I've unzipped it and I've just put it on the desktop just because it's easier. Rightio. So now I'll connect the FC up. So I push that in there. I've got power lights on, and remember, try not to lose the connection on there when you've got it connected to Arduino, or particularly multi-word, because it'll stop working and you'll have to start again. Right, so there's my Alienware brushed folder on the desktop. I'll double click it and then I'll go down to the file that's called alienwarebrush.ino. Now if I double click that, that will eventually open up all those files in Arduino in a separate window. There's Shadow in the meantime going crazy. Shadow, say hello to John. Rightio, it's opening up. It just takes its time for some reason. Rightio, there we go. So I'll just minimise that file to get it out of the way. So there's the Alienware brush sketch, and there's along the top there you'll see there's all the files that are in that folder. And if I use that arrow on the right, you'll see them all listed there. So if you want to edit any of the individual files, you come to them and double click on them. Now the one you want to edit for this RX, changing the RX configuration, it's config H. So if you just double click on that, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but I just thought I'd show you while we've got access to it all. So now we've opened the config H file, and it's just a matter of finding where that the setting that I told you to change is. I won't go into that now because I've explained that pretty well, I think. So I'll go back to the opening Alienware. That's the Alienware brush.ino folder. It's got nothing really in there, but that's what you get back to. So I've got the FC connected, so I'm not making too much sense. I've only just got up a little while ago and I'm trying to do this like I said before work, but we'll get there. So I've got Arduino open, we've got a good solid connection with the thing plugged into the thing. I know you'll be doing it on Windows, but so you're going to just have to set the board, which is Leonardo, stop at Shadow, and the correct port. So you'll just have to see what's available in Arduino on Windows and click the right port. If you've got a later model of Arduino, it'll tell you which port's connected, and it should say Arduino Leonardo there. But if you've got an earlier one, you've actually got to pick Arduino Leonardo, which is the actual Alienware FC, same sort of thing. Rightio, so I've got the sketch that I want to upload, and I just come to upload there and click upload. It'll say down the bottom compiling sketch. Don't worry about that wheel, this computer's not the best. So it's uploading the sketch. Well, hopefully it is. We'll see what happens. Rightio, now it says done uploading, so it should be uploaded. So I'll leave that open just in case we've got any problem. Now to check that it has all worked okay, I'll go down here where I've got multi-word conf, I'll open it, and as I said, yours is going to have port numbers there, so it's just a matter of finding the one that Arduino Leonardo Son being the FC and selecting it. But on Mac, as you probably remember, it says Bluetooth. That's nothing to do with what we want, and one of them says USB modem something 141 or 441. You can't read it because the printing overflows onto the main screen. But anyway, that's the one we want. So on yours, as I say, it'll say port. You double click on the one you think it's connected to, then go start, and it will connect if we're really lucky, like mine has. So that's connected now, and as I say, if you lose that connection, the gyro will stop moving, and even if you get the connection back here, it won't respond in the GUI. You're going to have to shut the GUI right down, connect the FC first, open up multi-wii conf, select the right port, click start, and you should be back in business. And then it's just a matter of adjusting, if you need to, adjust your arming and switches for your arming and your flight modes, etc, etc. Well, that's all we're adjusting because we're just using the default brushed PID. Soon to be fine for me anyway. So that's about it. That's flashed on there, ready to rock and roll. Righto, good luck, John. And if this video is no good, when I get home from work in about 8 or 9 hours, I'll make one on Windows machine and show you there, and that might be a little bit clearer. Rightio, all the best. I'll hear from you. Bye.